How do you know Calliope didn't touch or take anything?
Kate knows everything in the reliquary, right down to the last book. She's been looking, but she can't figure if anything was touched.
Interesting.
It makes her so mad not to know. And it made Athena pretty mad too.
Athena got involved?
Yeah, when Kate finally told her, Athena wants Kate to keep investigating, but it doesn't look good.
So Athena knows what happened here. Did you ever find Calliope? What kind
Yeah.
of relics are there? Could it have been Medusa?
Did you ever
You
find her?
chased Calliope, but did you ever catch up with her?
No? If I'd have caught her, I'd have brought her back and Kate would have gotten answers out of her.
Well, you know what? That's
After I
fair.
ran into Medusa, Calliope was long gone. Only thing I found was Pan's key.
You mean this key? The one Pan gave me?
Yeah. Well, Calliope must have dropped it. I sent it back to Pan.
How could Calliope have gotten Pan's key?
Wait, we already know this, though.
But same way you did, I guess.
Okay, yeah.
Pan must have given it to her.
Well, we knew that, though.
There's only a few keys to get into the reliquary.
Also-
Athena doesn't want the idols to come here much.
How does it count as
And
breaking in if
Pan
she
has
had
one.
a key?
That's odd.
How does that...
Yeah, so, I made it for him a while back. Different favour.
Uh-huh.
Athena knows what happened here the night Calliope died?
Yeah, Kate told her a day or so later, I think. We didn't know Calliope died that night, though.
What? Athena didn't mention it?
Nope. Not that that's weird. She's, well,
Oh,
she's not
boy.
the chatty type, you know? She came in all quiet and cool, wanted to know who was
Sus!
here that night and what Calliope might have wanted. She swore Kate to silence. Not me, though. Guess she's not as smart as Kate.
What relics are there? Maybe Calliope was looking for one, but couldn't find it before...
Yeah, that I'm not supposed to say.
Do you have the golden fleece, the shield of Zeus, the sword of Damocles? Is it suspended?
You know a lot about that stuff for a mortal.
So it's all real?
I can neither confirm nor deny any of it. All I
She's
know
so
is that nothing got
excited.
used and nothing got taken.
Is it suspended?
Couldn't Medusa have been the one who attacked Calliope?
I thought maybe because she was chasing Calliope too. Well, why would she do that? But now I don't know. Medusa never got into the reliquary. I sure never let her in.
Couldn't Medusa have broken in like Calliope did?
Yeah, but I chased Calliope from the reliquary. If Medusa had been there, I would have seen her.
If it wasn't Medusa, who else could have attacked Calliope here? Who had access?
It was just me and Kate. Well, I didn't see anyone that night other than Medusa.
How did Calliope get inside?
Well, she must have snuck in the back way. Where do you think I keep running from? Until the alarms went off, though, we didn't even know anyone was here.
Did you say the reliquary has alarms? Like burglar alarms, cameras?
Oh, no, nothing like that. It just has a lot of protections. You know, magic.
I don't know magic, actually.
Oh, well, it's just meant to keep the dangerous stuff from being touched. That's how Kate knows nothing was touched or stolen. We just don't know what did happen. Yet.
Then Medusa's story checks out. She was here, yeah, but she was never in the reliquary.
And Pan's name popped up. He sent you here, Grace, to do some favor. Yet he had to know Calliope came here that night.
Which he failed to mention, for some reason.
For some reason.
I feel like we did these
If
scenes
that's
in the
all you
opposite
need,
order.
then I have
Yeah.
to go. Kate will be so mad if she finds me gone. Good luck, Muse.
You okay there, friendo?
Friendo.
I'm just thinking about Calliope. What happened to her here? Whatever she was trying to do, she probably didn't succeed. She ran from here, dying, maybe straight to our apartment.
Because you were her last hope.
Yeah. What if she hadn't made it? She must have known...
One thing at a time, Grace. You'll figure it out. I know you will.
I guess so. Next thing is to go to Pan, confront him.
What an adventure.
Sorry?
You're just lucky, Grace. Luckier than you think. You go do what you have to, and I'll meet you back at the apartment, okay?
Is this gonna play the same scene?
Pan! I hope you're here, because I don't know where else to look for you.
Of course I'm here, Grace. Where else would I be but amongst the trees and the wild things? I really must thank you, by the by. Asterion is simply over the moon, and he's already repaid me with this select tome from the reliquary.
That's why you did all this? Because you wanted some book?
Not just some book, but a tome from the forbidden depths.
I doubt Hecate would be pleased.
Did we want to cook
most
tonight, or did we want
assuredly
to go
not.
somewhere?
Neither
I'm
would
not sure.
Athena,
Is
which
there one
makes
you're
it
feeling
all
more?
the more delicious.
Because the meat that we have.
I
for
trust you
birds
got what you
can last
needed.
for a while, right?
More
can't
grist
last
for
for
the
a little
mill of
while
your
more, I
innocence, as it
Yeah.
were.
Just because I know it's like past 5.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it is 5 o'clock. We've been playing this game for a while.
Yeah.
I
once-
don't have D&D today, so.
Oh, do we not?
I
Or do you not?
No, because
Oh, that's right.
the library thing.
That's right. That's right. Okay. I don't know. What are you thinking?
I don't know how much. I was gonna say, because we could go out somewhere if you wanted to.
I'm cool. I'm cool with either.
Because we still have to do the dishes.
Yeah.
So we can probably, like, after we're done streaming, take care of that real quick, and then
We'll just go get something to eat.
and just spend the rest of the night, like, getting some dishes done.
Dishes done and editing videos and such.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Cool.
I could keep trying to beat that. By the way,
The last level of
the-
Mario
the-
Wonder is driving
abs-
her insane.
it is absolutely fucking ridiculous, and I hate that level with all of my being. Ugh. I came in with 99 lives. The game gives you a generous amount of coins, so you can get like a life like for every like 2 lives lost, and I'm down to 46 lives. It is ridiculous. So I've probably lost like 100 lives already trying to do this final level.
I did.
Have you
In
tried
fact,
getting good?
I have a question.
Yes.
Did you know Calliope was at the reliquary the night she died? You must have, because Asterion returned your key. The one you gave Calliope. The same one you gave me.
That started as a question, Grace, but it didn't appear to end as one.
Stop.
Is this all a game to you? Lead Grace through the maze? Or is there something more sinister behind it?
The
Can't it be both?
The truth is, Calliope asked me for the key that night, no questions asked. Why would I refuse her? The truth is also that
Why
I
would
had
you
no
oblige her?
idea what
Yeah.
happened to her there. I wanted you to discover that on your own. I suppose the question at the heart of this is, do you believe me?
Man, you could come off way the fuck more trustworthy than you are clearly intending to. But is that a test?
Give me a reason to believe you, Pan.
You want the ever-elusive proof. If I had that to offer, do you think I would hesitate to share it?
I don't know.
No,
Alas,
you-
it is my
you like to
burden
play
be forever
around.
condemned by my idle brethren. I've become accustomed to it. Truly. I've never lied to you, Grace, and I never shall. If you're looking for innocence, however, well, I'm afraid that's one thing I cannot provide.
Lie by.
And if
was
I
gonna
can't
say,
accept
there's
that?
lie by omission.
If I find out you're somehow involved in this,
You'll do what you do, and I'll do what I do, and we'll see where that takes us.
What you do is you have your tie weirdly bunched up.
that's my cue to go, isn't it?
If you
Straighten your
must.
tie!
There are always alternatives, you know. You could live the high life, Grace. Throw caution to the wind. Embrace what you can before you,
Die.
Before I die? You don't have any hope for me, do you? You're just taking what you can get before it's over.
I've seen this story many times, Grace. I've told this story many times. And it always ends the same way.
What's the point of even getting to know me then? Right?
Interesting.
I should probably.
We're on day 5, by the way.
Yeah, we are so screwed. We should at least tell Apollo what's going. Give it the update.
Grace, back again so soon.
A lot. It feels like
Did
a
you
lot
find
has
Medusa
happened.
after all? You've been on my mind ever since you told me about her.
I did, and it was fine. I told you it would be. Okay, it almost wasn't fine, but it worked out. Nobody got hurt.
Except for the people
I
that
see.
were Stone.
Perhaps you'd best tell me what happened then. That sounds like quite the harrowing experience. One that could have gone very poorly indeed.
It could have, sure, but it didn't.
This time. Still, you learned a great deal.
It cleared Medusa, but Pan, not so much. Just the opposite.
Have you confronted him about it?
He admitted to selling out Calliope, but not to killing her. I don't know if I can believe him.
I've never thought of Pan as a liar so much as a manipulator. Still, he would do anything to protect himself. I'll have to give this some thought. I did tell you we could discuss your memories and the Eidolon more in depth after the party. Did you have any questions, or?
How many times have you died? Will I feel different as I change?
When all these memories start to return, will I feel different?
Well, let's see. It starts as dreams you'll have of places you've never been, people you've never met, fleeting images, feelings. Then they'll appear while you're awake. You'll be eating breakfast and suddenly recall when you last ate something similar in the 17th century. The only difficult part is that eventually it can be hard to differentiate between your life and all those other lives. They blend together.
It does sound confusing.
A little, yeah. And not all the memories will be good ones. It can take time to process.
You said it becomes hard to differentiate your life from the others. How hard, exactly? It'll still be me, right?
Grace, would you say that who you are is at least in part due to your experiences?
I guess so, sure.
Well, you'll have a lot more experiences. They won't feel like someone else's either. It will feel like you did all those things. They will shape who you are now, just as they shaped Calliope and all those who came before her. The good news is, you won't get all the memories. Each time we pass on, the older memories fade.
Wait, how is it good that old memories start to fade?
We're many thousands of years old, Grace. If all of those memories returned with perfect clarity,
I wonder if Aphrodite was trying
but
to prevent
doesn't that mean
Yeah,
you've
I
all
think so.
forgotten
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
much?
That's what I think.
Tell me,
She was
how
trying
much
to
do you
push it
remember from when you
further
were a
and
small
further and
child?
further.
Bits and pieces, I guess. Not much.
But the thing is,
It's the same for
world,
us.
like the
The further I try to think
most
back, the
fucked
more
up
blurry it
war
becomes.
of all history, probably.
I remember the important bits, but little else.
Probably would stay
Some of the
for a
really
long
old
time.
memories.
Yeah.
There's so many mortal stories that get mixed up with them, things my previous selves learned as legends. It becomes hard to tell. It takes time, Grace. You'll remember all the lives you've led, but at a pace you can handle, and nothing more.
How many times have you died? Can I ask that?
Well, we call it passing on, meeting the Eidolon, and it's fine. I've passed on 12 times that I can recall.
So your name isn't really Apollo?
Most recently it was Lucas. Everyone Lucas ever knew is gone, however, so these days I prefer Apollo again.
Lucas? Seems weird to think of you as a Lucas.
He does kind of look like a
It was weird
He
Lucas.
for
looks
him,
like
too.
Lucas.
Much like yourself, Lucas becoming Apollo was somewhat of a surprise.
Sounds like there's a story there.
Lore. Give me that lore.
Tell me about this Lucas. How did he become you? Or is it how you became Apollo?
Apollo had taken to surfing. He left the city without permission and roamed the coast looking for... Well, I'm not sure now. Whatever it was, he found it one night when a giant wave took him down. He was drowning, and I thought, this is finally it. But it wasn't. Lucas saw Apollo struggling and swam out to save him. He pulled us ashore, but it was too late. It took a long time to realize what happened. I didn't return to the city until years later.
It's gotta be weird
By then,
when, like, the death
everyone
memories you would
thought
have
I
them
was
from two
Apollo's
different
chosen
perspectives.
successor.
Yeah.
So no trial for you, huh?
It wasn't easy at first, without memories or anyone to guide me, but no, nothing like that.
Yeah.
Wait, what would have happened if Lucas hadn't
I've been
tried to
wondering
rescue
that. Like,
you?
what happens if no one's
What if no one
around?
was there when you...
When I died,
Okay.
then the Eidolon of Apollo's line would have ended forever, I think.
You think?
There have been stories about Eidolons that survive for a time and go wandering. That's probably all they are, though. Stories. It's not something we've had much opportunity to study, but normally death without passing on is how an idol really dies. Forever.
It's a lot to consider. Assuming I'll even have time to worry about it, what with the trial coming.
Hopefully this eases whatever concerns you might have had. Anything else you'd like to discuss while you're here?
A part of me wants to leave because, like, what day are we on right now?
5.
Yeah, I think we need to stop messing around. We
No,
gave them an
that's
update.
okay. I'll see you later, Apollo.
We gotta rush this. Oh, hi,
Oh,
Hermes.
Hi, Grace. I can just call you Grace, right?
That's my name. Where's Freddy?
She went out to get snacks. We were gonna watch TV while we waited, but, well, here you are.
Waited. Were you looking for me?
All over, yeah. Athena sent me to find you, but it wasn't easy. Yeah, you must have been busy.
Yeah, because I stand trial soon.
Right. Right, that makes sense. Anyway, I guess Athena wants to talk? I can zip us over to Olympus anytime, if you're free.
Oof. Oh boy.
So this is what you do? Ferry people around?
I'm the god of messengers, baby. Travelers,
Baby.
doorways, any kind of transition, really. The old Hermes said that the transition part made even more sense for me, which, you know, extra cool, right?
Yeah, that's true.
I can connect any two doorways
Yeah, I was
anywhere,
wondering if they are
just like
trans,
that.
Mhm.
So it's super
or
easy
if
to
they
take
just
people
had
wherever.
a female
I don't
voice
mind.
actor. Cool though.
Do I have a choice about seeing Athena? I'm not in the habit of being at anyone's beck and call.
I mean, I guess you could say no, but I wouldn't. If Athena wants something, she's gonna get it eventually. She had that look in her eyes, like she really wants to talk to you.
Oh boy.
She could always come here. Everyone else does.
Athena entered the mortal world? And now she doesn't do that ever. Can you imagine?
How does Athena manage never entering the mortal world?
She doesn't have to, I guess. Everyone brings her everything she needs. And that creepy owl of hers? Apollo says it's her eyes out in the world.
Man,
it's
that sounds like a power
everywhere.
That would corrupt, absolutely.
watching.
So what, she just never leaves the building?
She'll go to the reliquary and places like that. Just never where mortals are. She wears a toga and calls cars iron horses.
You say it's easy, but do you like doing all these errands?
Huh. Yeah, I never thought about it. It's nice to have a purpose. Athena is super sweet, and she has a big, important job. Why wouldn't I want to help her out?
You can't be this nice. Are you for real?
Oh, well, the old Hermes used to say that a willingness to serve is more important than a willingness to be served.
Sounds like the opposite of Athena.
I suppose there's no point in putting it off. Do your thing. Take me to Olympus.
Okay. Oh, when you see Freddie, tell her I'm sorry I couldn't stick around for the movie. And mind if I say something?
Sure.
You've changed. I mean, from the person I met when I first came here. When, you know, you got it together really quick.
Well, I kind of had to.
Thanks, I guess.
You get a second trait.
I feel like I'm gonna have to be a little more aggressive to get to the end of this.
There you are, Grace. Do have a seat.
Punch the bird.
I prefer to stand, thanks.
As you like. You've certainly been busy, haven't you? Everywhere I turn, there you are. Including the reliquary.
Oh.
I'm uncertain how you got access, but even you must have realized it's off limits. Particularly for your mortal friend.
But you know what happened there. That's where Calliope was attacked.
Yet it's not where she died, Grace, is it?
So because she made it all the way to my apartment, we shouldn't care why she was bleeding to death along the way.
You think our judgment was rash? It was. In truth, I worried that giving you time, letting us all get to know you, would make it harder in the end. I am sorry, Grace. You may not believe it, but I care deeply. I care about what happens to you and to all the idols.
Do you really? Let's explore where all that caring has gotten them, shall we? You're holding on with a grip so tight, your knuckles are turning white. But that's not enough, is it? Every idol I've met is either lost or broken, or both. They're all slipping through your fingers. If you actually cared about them, you'd do something about it instead of sitting up here worrying about your precious rules.
Zeus was the first to leave. King of the gods. And we don't even know what became of him. Vanished into the ether. Poseidon was next. Walked out into the seas, never to be heard from again. Ares betrayed us. Hephaestus saved us. Hades was murdered. And by one of our own. The list goes on.
I've heard most of that, sure. What does it have to do with me?
We are dying, Grace. I don't mean diminishing or drifting apart. I mean, our immortality is disappearing. Very soon now, the idols will be no more. We are a legacy that spans millennia, dating back to the very dawn of humankind. So yes, I care. I will do anything and everything in my power to avoid that fate, even if it appears unfair.
You feel responsible, don't you? For everything.
I am responsible. Aphrodite wallows in her pain, Apollo in his regrets, and Persephone in her bitterness. Every other idol of power is gone.
So there's only you. You have to shoulder the burden for everyone, like it or not. I'm sorry, Athena. I had no idea.
They won't thank me for it. I know we've put a great deal on your shoulders, Grace. I do. All I called you here to ask is that you please not make my job more difficult than it already is. If you have any other questions or concerns, now's the time to bring them up.
Just fucking die.
All right, let's talk about Medusa.
Met her, have you?
I just have to know why. Of all the people you could have working for you, why her?
We could have left her behind. I elected to bring her because, in the end, she is my responsibility. But Medusa didn't want charity. She volunteered to work in my service. It's trying at times. Now, if there isn't anything else...
What do you know of Pan?
Pan? That's not a name I expected to hear. Been sniffing around you, has he?
I have some suspicions, and I'm curious to hear your thoughts.
Pan lurks at the edges because he likes it there, seeking out whatever profit he thinks he can get away with. Avoid him, dear, or he'll stick to you like gum to the bottom of your shoe.
Okay, so you don't like Pan much. I get that. But do you think he could kill someone?
We've all killed, my dear. I was once a warrior queen, feared by mortals and gods alike.
Another idol, I mean.
Is that where your investigation has led you? To Pan?
I don't know. Maybe.
I've never thought of Pan as one who would deliberately provoke my ire. But if he saw enough profit in it... Thank you, Grace. I'll add them to my list.
Who has access to the reliquary? Is it anyone with a key, or...
Doesn't matter. You gained access, so clearly it is not difficult to get. Speaking of which, I don't suppose you'll tell me who gave you that key.
The same person gave it to me, who gave it to Calliope.
And who gave it to Calliope, then? I see.
Speaking of the reliquary, you went there, right? Once Hecate told you what happened?
Yeah, I was not impressed by the delay.
If you had known about that, the night Calliope died, would it have made a difference?
The chances are exceedingly small that you attacked her there, it's true. Yet, Calliope was weakened, which made her more vulnerable prey for an enterprising mortal. One she knew. Perhaps the incidents are connected, perhaps not. I cannot afford the risk of uncertainty, Grace. I'm sorry.
I guess I'll get back to my investigation.
I am rooting for you, Grace. If there's another way to resolve this, any way at all, I will take it.
Will you? Really?
Good luck. Feel free to take a cookie on your way out.
Well, I can't say I'm surprised. Athena has always struggled in a crisis.
Well, that's a nice way of putting it.
Remember, she was a warrior. When pressed, she's always turned to that aspect, sought to maintain absolute control. It'd be hypocritical to say it's wrong of her. She's battled for me as much as for anyone.
Do you think she's telling the truth about the idols dying out?
Yes, though I find it odd she chose to tell you.
Maybe Athena thought, who'd believe Grace if she blabbed about it anyway?
Sadly, while I'd prefer to stay in her good graces, I doubt that will be possible.
Uh-oh, what now?
You may not like this, but you need to go back to the reliquary.
What for? Is there something I need to ask Hecate?
Here's the thing. We don't know why Calliope went there, but it must have been important.
Okay, I'll bite. How would I find that out? You think she left clues?
Remember how I told you it'd be years before you got Calliope's memories back? Well, it's true, but not entirely.
Okay.
Those memories are inside you. You go somewhere important to Calliope or touch something special to her, you will get flashes, feelings.
Do you want Grace to go to the reliquary so she can have deja vu?
Whatever happened to Calliope there, it ended her life. All we need to do is uncover those memories.
Last time Freddy and I were there, Hecate wouldn't let us into the reliquary. Not without Athena's permission.
Okay. Do you want to ask Athena for permission?
It just seems like a radical step. For you.
A week ago, I would have said that breaking into the reliquary couldn't be done. A week ago, I couldn't have imagined being here. My stance on a lot of things has changed. If you have another idea, however, I'm happy to go along with it.
What about the alarms? I'm not eager to have Asterion chasing me through the fog.
Calliope snuck in without setting off any alarms. At least at first.
Well, I'll be following in Calliope's footsteps, won't I? What if I follow the wrong footstep and set them off?
Then the alarms bring Asterion and Hecate, and all three of us do a great deal of apologizing.
Let's just hope that's all those alarms do.
Are you sure about this? You want me to wander around hoping something comes to me?
Am I sure? No. No, I'm not.
Oh, that's comforting.
What if Medusa is lying? What about Pan? We could look into him some more, couldn't we?
Oh, well, do you have a way we could look into those things without encountering even more lies?
Deja vu it is.
Right then. Back to the reliquary it is.
Any idea how you want to do this, Grace? Because I'm game to help.
Cool. I'm sure we can figure something out.
I can't go into the reliquary with you. Not without tipping off Hecate. But I won't be far. If anything goes wrong, I will come running. But even so, Grace, please be careful.
You know me. I'm always careful.
Come on, the time for adventure is now.
Be safe. Both of you.